Yeah, so we were thinking about, let's be honest, our baseball talk, and I'm a rights holder.
Top flight.
But generally speaking, it's the same soup reheated.
Whoa.
Because, if we're being honest, nothing's changed, right? But we still like talking Cardinal baseball. Yes, we talked about the addition of the left-hander from Kansas City and our thoughts and prayers to James Nail, who's no longer with the organization. But as we get closer to spring training, we take the soup and we reheat it. But I was thinking, too, like one of the things we all agree on, and it's not a lot, is there's a lot of what-ifs about this team.
That's
a
fair.
lot of question marks. Like I said, I put on Twitter, I think number one is, can Jack Flaherty return to form, be the ace that obviously this rotation needs? But there's a lot. Like, go through them. Like, what will Jordan Walker be? Will he get a legit shot? Tyler O'Neill, will he be healthy? And can he be that 25 to 30 homer guys who steal bases and wins a Gold Glove? Can he be healthy? Nootbaar, who finished the season really strong, can he be a solid everyday player and build on that? There's a bunch of those questions. So I thought it'd be good to say, which are you most confident happening in a positive fashion? Which player will not only emerge but resurge, or one of the two? So I was thinking, and I know that any of these things could happen, couldn't happen, but I'm confident that Tyler O'Neill is a very good major league player. I know it's a legitimate question. Can he stay on the field? Because he's had a rash of injuries, a rash. But having understood that now and trying to do whatever he can to change his preparation, can he be the Tyler O'Neill that they really need him to be? Because if some of these things don't work out offensively, they're going to be challenged. I get that. But I'm going to say I believe Tyler O'Neill will hit 25 homers at least and be able to avoid major injuries that take him out of the lineup for a long time. I also like him because he's really, really fast. And if he can weaponize that, steal a couple bases, because I think with the bigger bases, we're going to see more base stealing. He becomes really a defensive guy that helps you, a power guy who can help you, and a guy who can steal bases. Having said that, every Cardinal player will tell you that the fastest guy on the Cardinals is Jordan Hicks.
Okay, so you said who you're most confident in of the ifs. I want to start this by, I think the most important ifs are all in the starting rotation, just because I have more confidence in the overall depth of their outfield and position players. So I think the most important ifs, I agree with you, Flaherty, to me it might be number 2, Matz. And I just say that because I have more general overall concerns about the starting rotation. So it's, can Flaherty stay healthy? Can Matt stay healthy? Also, can Miles Mikolas replicate a really good year and do that back-to-back? I kind of have to agree with you, though, because I think Tyler O'Neill, everybody thinks had a bad year last year. He really didn't. He was just hurt.
He just didn't replicate what he did 2 years ago, which was
8th in the
really
MVP,
good.
Gold Glove. And so Tyler O'Neill offensively actually had an average season. He only played like 100 games, and he still hit 14 bombs. So to me, all that Tyler O'Neill has to do, I know this is a big if, but if he stays healthy, I feel like he falls into 25 home runs.
So we agree on something finally.
But we're supposed to disagree.
I think you're an idiot. No, I mean, you're banking on a guy being able to stay on the field. Now, the thing about Tyler O'Neill, when he came through the minors, muscle-bound guy, everyone said, hey, you can't be muscle-bound. You're going to get hurt. And he didn't miss much time as a minor leaguer. So now he's had to rethink everything because as a major leaguer, he gets hurt all the time. So can he stay on the field? I think it's fair to say that's a huge question mark, but I of all the ifs, that's the one I'm most confident about. I think Miles Mikolas, I think he's going to have a good season. Now, will it help him to be part of the World Baseball Classic? No. No, I wouldn't do it.
Also, if you're Miles, it just seems like that 2 days into spring training, we see this every year. 2 days into spring training, there's going to be that little press conference. They pull the chairs out, and they're going to announce 3-year extension, whatever it is. 3-year extension for Miles Mikolas for, let's just say, $52 million, whatever that number is. I feel like that's going to happen. And if I'm Miles Mikolas, I probably don't really want to throw competitive pitches until that contract is signed. That's just me.
He's a confident guy. You know that. Like, he's like, no, I'll throw 200 innings. I'll throw whatever. Like, he's not concerned about it. But when you said they're going to have one of those at spring training 2 or 3 days in, I thought you were going, someone in the starting rotation has shoulder tightness and they're going to shut him down.
Oh, that too, 100%.
Because that happened.
No, that'll happen 100%.
That's why I wish they would have gone Quintana, and I'd like to see them have – we have 7 guys in our starting rotation right now. Because you have 7, at some point you're going to have 3 or 4.
Nate, what say you?
It's hard for me to get on the Tyler O'Neill train, I'll be honest with you. It's hard for me to get there. I hope it works, but I feel like it's going to be a flash in the pan for Tyler O'Neill the 1 year. And I don't know. I mean, what leads you to think that he's going to stay healthy and revert to that prolific season he had 2 years ago? I'm just not there yet.
Okay, I'm just saying that he's a guy who had shown durability coming up.
Yeah.
And now he's gotten away from it, so I think it's a legitimate question. Can he do it? I just think he's older now. He understands maybe. And he got hit by one of it was not like the normal strains and pulls that he's dealt with a lot. So I think maybe you learn from it and you figure out how to try to minimize that, and you're on the field more. And I do think if he is on the field at all, for long periods of time, he's going to give you 25 homers.
When he was healthy, though, last year, he was late on fastballs. He was missing. He was missing pitches that he was usually clobbering.
Yeah, I think of a lot of it. If you're missing time and then you're back, if you recall, he's back, then he's out again, then he's back. Maybe it's hard to get into a groove.
Yeah.
One thing I don't question about Tyler O'Neill, you could say plate discipline is a challenge, and I'll agree with you. He's got a really quick bat. And so, to me, being late on a swing is either something's pulling on him or he's just not comfortable at the plate. But I don't think if he's healthy, he's got a really quick bat, and I think he can get through that.
I would say that probably the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is watching how Montgomery grows in his first full season with St. Louis. I thought he was really awesome to watch last year. He was a terrific pickup. I think it would be even better if you still had Quintana in the fold, because those two were just remarkable on what they did when they came over. They go 14-1 over their first 15 starts after they were acquired. And Montgomery brings that old school Bulldog approach where he wants the ball and he's going to go out there and he's gonna be an innings eater. I just hope that he stays healthy. Something that has plagued the Cardinals the last several spring trainings, and it's not just the Cardinals, it's a league-wide problem, but you get down to spring training and all of a sudden an injury pops up that you didn't foresee. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And it's funny because you have to be honest about things. I recall when they got Quintana and Montgomery, I was like, yeah, I'm not sure it's enough.
Yeah, who else?
And they were they were the best of the starting pitchers from that point on. But at the time, I was like, yeah, I don't think that's enough.
Yeah.
Seth, what do you got?
I'm high on Yepes. I'm confident that he can if he can get enough ABs and get in a rhythm in the DH spot, I think he wins it over Gorman. And if he can sustain that, he seems like a guy, if he gets more reps, he'll only do better. I like his he can hit the long ball. He does, his K to walk ratio isn't there, but I do think that as time goes, he's only going to get better. The way he's built, looks like a solid power hitter. I know, not to get into that, but
no, he does. He looks like, what he looks like? He looks like just a DH that you eventually trade to the Oakland A's. Like when I look at him, he just looks like a guy that you trade to the A's in a couple years for a pitcher. I'm saying that's not even a diss.
You're saying he's from the fine tradition of Rob Deere.
No, because look, his first year, he hit 12 bombs in half a season. His OPS plus was 111. In his absolute rookie year, he was above average. I like him a lot. He doesn't have a position. I just feel like eventually he'll probably be moved. Not this year, I'm saying.
Except they do need DHs, and they need a righty and a lefty DH. That's why I think Gorman's going to be in the mix too, or maybe, somewhere else they're going to try a bunch of different things. Right now it's Donovan at second base. I feel pretty strong about Donovan too. I think the other question is Dylan Carlson going to be a solid everyday major league center fielder? We've seen flashes of it. We know when he's healthy, in center. He looked pretty good. But can he get back to the guy that we saw flash of being a guy who has a ton of promise? I think that's another question.
Here's something to think about as well. When you talk about DHs, and you are thinking about it in a righty-lefty split platoon type situation where you got to think Nolan Gorman's going to be heavily involved. But so last year, and I know he was a little banged up, but Wilson Contreras DH'd last year 39 games for the Cubs. And I looked this up a couple weeks ago. I don't remember the exact numbers, but between Arenado and Goldie, like one of them DH'd like 18 times, the other was 21 or 23. So whatever it is, they together DH'd about 40 games. Contreras last year with the Cubs, I'm not saying it's going to be exactly that, but he DH'd 39 games. If it's similar, which I think it should be, half your DHABs may be taking your veterans off their feet, give them a half day off, and keeping them fresh. And then a guy like Wilson Contreras, who you probably want to catch 110, but if he's hitting, DH that guy. So there may not be that many ABs, especially left over for a righty like Juan Yepez.
So who's first baseman when Goldie sits?
I think if you also look at all the different positions Brendan Donovan played, he can play everywhere. Like, to me, I'd also mix in Nolan Gorman.
At first?
Well, I mean, if you can play third, you tell me you can't play first?
No, that's because it's intriguing because they do have a lot. I think Yepez, you're talking about Bill, he seems like he's a perfect fit for first base, too. Yeah, they have a lot of options there. And I agree. One of the things about this ball club is they have a lot of pieces that you can move around. Cam is back.
Welcome back. Hi, everyone.
Just so you know, since you weren't here.
What up?
We're talking Cardinal baseball.
Yeah, baby. What's going on? Did they do anything?
Same soup reheated.
Did they do anything?
Big move. They signed Tony. As Bernie called him a couple days ago, Tony Manischewitz.
Manischewitz. Okay.
Hey, guys, we got Randy on the hold.
Oh, great.
He's going out of town for a couple weeks, so this is going to be his last call-in.
Uh-oh.
For a while.
Oh, hi, Randy.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, let me ask you guys a question there. Did the Blues get enough for Tarasenko, or was that the best they can get?
Well, yeah, we talked about this, Randy.
He doesn't listen to the show.
Randy.
He's calling other shows.
I'm happy with it, dude.
Yeah, what I'm understanding, though, is why would Tarasenko go to New York Rangers? Is it because he's close friends with the other guy there?
Because Russians love New York and Russians love Florida. They love both those places.
Especially oligarchs.
They love New York City, dude. They love Florida. And he likes Panarin and their buddies, and they got a hell of a team over there. So Vladdy's like, yeah, I'll go to New York. I don't blame him.
Right. But do you think if Tsar Putin happens to pop up there in New York for some strange reason, do you think Vladdy will go welcome him or what?
Well, Panarin had like a little – he kind of brushed off Putin and had to take some time off to go like probably secure his family. So I know Panarin's pretty loud about standing up against Putin, which is a scary thing to do. I think Vladdy's just like, let me just like play and score some goals and get another big contract and take care of my family and then move to Florida and not think about Putin. That's my opinion.
He told me.
What'd he tell you? What'd he tell you?
I want good deli food.
Oh, man, the food. Oh,
but
damn
by the way,
good
do you
food.
think that Tarasenko was really unhappy with the Blues, or was that just a media portrayal because he was kind of a,
no, he was pissed.
not a low? Was he kind?
He was
just
pissed,
get
dude.
Out?
Yeah,
it was okay.
Yeah, it was about that time. There were things with Berube. He wasn't going. There was a lot of little things. And did he play that great with his agent? No. But once you do that, it's kind of over.
We all have bumps in the road.
We all have bumps.
Right.
We all have bumps. Now,
in the road.
Randy, I have to ask you a question. You're going to be going away. Where are you going? Tell us about your plan.
Jail.
Just got to go take care of some business, and I'll be back in about 2 weeks. Hopefully, you guys are still on the. You guys will be in the air. Well,
we got a meeting today.
What are you undercover? You got some business to handle.
Okay.
Like, what are you doing,
right?
Randy? What are you doing? Where are you going?
Well, I'm working a medical community. I have to go for sort of conferences and things like that. So
Are you a surgeon?
You sell medical equipment?
No, something like that. Yeah, I transport equipment, things like that. So it's kind of I have to get my education points for that. So anyway, it's not a great job. It's good. Hey, let me ask you guys a question. The guy who's going to surprise, I think the Cardinals is going to be Ivan Hara. I think he's going to come up and surprise. You don't see the catcher that they send down to the minors. What do you think about that, Charlie Marlowe? And you guys have a good week. I'll tell you a couple weeks. Hope the meeting's good. All right.
Drive safe. Have a good trip, buddy.
That would be bad news for our guy Kiz.
Oh, no.
That would
Hi,
be
Andy.
bad
Hi.
news for Andrew Knizner.
Oh, he's stealing Nate again.
If Ivan Herrera is the man.
Andy's here.
They also have another veteran catcher down there in the minors that they could go with. Herrera's been up a little bit, but Kiz has been durable, and obviously Contreras they're very excited to have, so I think they're going to get the bulk of it.
How about this for an underrated way for the Cardinals to really improve? Truthfully, is our guy Andrew Knizner.
Yeah, I know.
Because you look at positions. You say, okay, if everybody hits the way we think they can, you're pretty good. And that includes Contreras. But they paid Contreras a lot of money, and they'd like to get 4 or 5 years out of him. Makes no sense to catch that dude more than 110, 115 games. Very good chance Andrew Knizner finds his way into 50, 60 starts. And if he can be an average offensive player, that's a huge upgrade to the Cardinals offense.
I promise you.
It is.
When I see him at spring, I'm going to say, hit 260
Hit 260
please.
Kiz, baby.
You said I wouldn't say that. Of course I would.
No, I want
him
power.
I want him to do well.
Production.
I'm
He can
rooting for
hit
him,
230 with a bunch of doubles and a couple dingers and draw a couple walks.
You know what the funny thing is about his hitting last year, right? He did hit the ball hard. Early on, he was fine. Then he slumped, but he was hitting the ball hard. And then the average came up. Obviously, it was nothing right home bad, but it was much lower. And he was dinking and dunking everything, and he got his average over 200, probably finished around 200.
So we asked him about this, and I looked this up. Whichever month it was, and I can look it up. He had historically bad luck in BABIP in terms of everything he hit was caught for an entire month. For an entire month. Like, his strikeouts and walks were not that much different than other months, but for that one awful month he had, everything he hit was caught, which is also an outlier.
Yeah.
Fans and when he surged, when he had that streak where he got it back up above 200, he was hitting in phenomenally good luck. So it all does balance out. But it's been my experience. Cardinal fans generally don't want to hear that was just hitting in bad luck.
Yeah.
Remember when Carpenter said that and
yeah.
kind of
Oh, Carpenter said that?
But the one year it was right.
No, it's true. I mean look, the analytics can tell you a lot of different things. And they'll tell you that too, but folks just don't want to hear that.
It's
like,
yeah.
You know, you're
I get
hitting
that.
140 and you were hitting in bad luck.
Here's a good example. Analytics, as we know, love Lars Nootbaar. Analytics, you know who they don't love too much? Brendan Donovan.
Oh.
You know why? He's kind of a slapper.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
He's a slapper.
Well, no, he's just he's a slapper. He's not going to hit 20 bombs, but he's going to draw walks. He's going to see the strike zone. He has unbelievable pitch recognition, and he's just going to slap the ball the other way and hit some doubles. But if you don't hit the ball super hard, and if you don't have barrel rate these days and hard hit rate, so that's where some analytics folks say Brendan Donovan's going to come back down to earth a little bit, which I agree with, but that man can get on base, and there's always tremendous value to that.
He's a ton of pitches,
yes.
and he makes every pitcher he faces work for. Nootbaar has the exit velo, which the analytics love. He also walks a lot.
That's the other part.
He walks a lot.
Yes.
He's a very disciplined hitter. So that's why people are like, why are they so high on Nootbaar? Because he finished great.
Yeah.
And all the numbers indicate that he can duplicate that and do better. So that's why everyone's high. And you know what else? He's a fiery guy. Every team needs one of those, and he's really popular.
Very popular.
I mean, those are the side things. Don't matter, but they're pluses.
Yeah.
You know, they're definitely
guys like him,
pluses.
stuff like that. Yep.
All that being said, we probably are all hyping up Lars Nootbaar a little too much.
I'm not.
Nah.
You know why? Because I put him on the list of, question marks too. Like I put him on the list with everyone else. Like I think what Seth said about Yepez is spot on, but he got to prove it. It's a question mark. Yepez, I believe, he got to prove it. Same thing with Tyler O'Neill. The original point. Can he stay on the field? Hopefully, but he got to prove it.
I'm just saying it's fair to point out that although all of the advanced metrics, the way this man has gone to drive line the last couple years and increased his exit velocity to become elite, we also need to see it for a full season or two, I think. I mean, we're banking a lot on all of the advanced stats and one tremendous half of baseball.
Yeah, there's no question.
I like it. Get them in, by the way, 855-282-8255. Super Bowl weekend, baby. Everybody should feel good. It's Friday. You're going down to Florida. You're going to have a good old time after you bust your ass all day, but your toes will be in the sand.
Scared the crap out of you this morning?
Scared me to God almighty.
What are you guys making for Super Bowl?
That's a good question. I am, well, I got a crock pot going right now when I get home. You know what's up. It's going to smell the house up. You know, got a fire going and all that stuff. But this weekend, a lot of dip. I'm going to get the weenies with good old barbecue sauce, some jelly in that mug. Make it thick. What else we doing, girl? I'm not going to get too crazy with the Super Bowl stuff. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to Super Smokers. And I got to call Jeff Fritter right off the bat and be like, save me 3 pounds of brisket. Because it goes so fast. So I'm going to get brisket tomorrow, crock pot stuff today. Sunday, just appetizers. Nice chicken dip, hot
buffalo chicken dip.
Buffalo chicken dip. I mean, I got to do it.
Do you like celery with it?
Yes, I do.
That's the best.
Crunchy celery. I could eat celery, dude. I could take things of celery and just put a little salt on that and just eat celery, man. It's good for you. And it hydrates you, too, by the way. Celery. Love them in Bloody Mary. Oh, that's another thing. It's going to be a Bloody Mary weekend, dude. It's going to be a Bloody Mary weekend. Little Tito's vodka. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing, Charlie?
Well, I'll be at home. What time is the Super Bowl? 5? Is it 5?
I know.
Yeah.
Show's at 1.
So my damn kids they'll be up for the first couple hours.
Yeah.
So I'll have to figure that out.
Do you cook? Are you going to cook anything?
My wife's such a good cook.
Yeah.
She'll have a plan. She always has a plan.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but you know what? I have 100% trust in her plan.
Can I?
Why don't you contribute though?
Because he's taking the kids' stuff, right? And she doesn't need help with anything.
I'll help here and there. If we grill, that's usually my thing. She's a really good cook.
Yeah.
I know. Maybe
She has ideas.
Yeah.
She enjoys.
Kate does.
She enjoys trying a new recipe.
Prepping
if it's a big
something.
football game, she'll put together this great plate of nachos and bake them with all the chicken and all the vegetables and the sauces and the dips. She's really good at that.
But and that's great. But don't you think it would show support by kind of on your own contributing? Like women love things like paninis. Get her a panini.
You know what I like? It's old school, and I don't even care. Just give me one of those real cheap shrimp little
Damn
circles.
right.
I don't care.
From
Schnucks for $8.99.
Yeah, dude.
With some little sauce in the middle.
They're frozen, but you got to put them in the
a
sink.
shrimp roll of 30 shrimp. I can always eat those.
Kind of slimy.
those.
I don't care. I'll eat those all day long.
I love shrimp.
Crush those.
What about you go to a good place, you get the shrimp cocktail where the shrimps are
Big.
4 pounds a piece.
They're big.
And you put them in cocktail sauce, right?
Yeah, man. Damn right.
Cocktail sauce.
Can I tell you this one? This is the Claire May Leonard family recipe. Rest in peace. She passed away a couple years back.
Okay.
Her dip that she made for every holiday. Easiest thing in the world. Just a can of Hormel chili and cream cheese. And you mix it up and you heat it. And with tortilla chips, it's fantastic.
It's easy and
it's
cheap
easy,
and easy.
And it's a family thing.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you like the shrimp and you're excited to have shrimp and you go to your buddy's house and they got peel and eat? No one wants to peel. And then you got to clean out the little channel of poop that the shrimp has.
Well,
And
they're
then
already
maybe-
deveined, aren't they?
No, not the peel and. I've
yeah.
seen it. And then maybe they got the spice on there, and you cut your finger a little. Get already peeled shrimp.
Yeah, get the vein out.
Get the good one.
Get the vein out, dude, because that'll screw your stomach up. Oh, I'm doing jalapeno poppers. That's what it is.
I like those.
Now,
It's going to be a tough day after.
that's why I'd say I don't like the Super Bowl on a Sunday. I want it on a Saturday. There, I said it. I don't want it on a Sunday. I want it on a Saturday. Sleep in the next day. Hungover. Like, oh, God. We got to get up and work. I get that, but I don't know. People got to work to do Monday. Make it on a Saturday. That's why I like those football games on Saturdays throughout the year.
Traditionally,
I know.
Sunday is football.
I know. Super Bowl Sunday, man. But selfishly, I will enjoy it more on a Saturday.
I'm not going to be here because I'll be in Florida, but I anticipate you'll be a 3-stop guy in the restroom on Monday, right?
Oh, God. It smells in here, by the way.
Does it?
Kind of. Are you back, Nate? You all good back there? Is he okay? Andy okay? All right. Oh, thank God.
Who's he got? Tarasenko?
Got the big
Who's he
Joe
got?
Micheletti.
Oh, Joe Micheletti.
Joe Micheletti
Great
on
guy.
today.
His son's cool, too, Adam. Adam hooked us up with heaters and PJs. Adam Micheletti knows Adam from PJs and heaters. They got in contact with me, and now we got them. We got to go over there dude, he's got damn good food.
I want to go.
Damn good food. We're all going to go hang out, show you guys his setup he's got over there. Right downtown Kirkwood. Mm-hmm. Awesome spot. Super Bowl smoking my own brisket and getting 50 of those smoked T-Ravs from Salt and Smoke. Boom, Scooter. Damn, you're doing a brisket, boy. That is, you gotta, that's a lot of work. That's a 2-day ordeal, man. You gotta trim that bad boy up, make sure it fits perfectly on the grill. You can't have the flat, thick, or skinny. It's gotta cook evenly. You gotta wrap that. That's a 12-hour ordeal right there, baby. But brisket is my favorite.
Welcome into Hockey Sense. Great to have you with us as always. Our
energy. That's some energy right there.
Welcome into Hockey Sense. Great to have you with us as.
Hey, what did he say?
Doing a show
segment.
Is he? Was he doing? Did you record him again?
Yeah.
Good.
He's all fired up today.
Why?
Mad?
No, he's just
Tarasenko.
big day around the old hockey.
Oh yeah, because that happened.
Wasn't he away? Was Andy away?
He just got back. He was at where did he go? Right, 30 minutes down the road.
Peru.
What's it called? Not Kimswick, the other way. Doesn't matter. Charlie wants a Monday after to be a paid holiday. Am I right?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes, really every Sunday. The next Monday you should have the day off.
Every Sunday? I agree with that.